I'm Rahul.
And I'm Alexa.
And welcome to our podcast called Relationships
Need Verbs.
So this podcast is going to be about Gilmore Girls.
And before we dive into the show, we wanted to introduce ourselves and our relationship to the show Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, so Alexa and I have actually been married for a year now.
Not a year, 8 months.
Oh yeah, it's almost a year, but it's been a pretty great almost a year. Really great memories so far. About like the dishes could be cleaned somewhere, but really nothing.
I thought you were going to complain about the amount of Gilmore Girls.
Oh, honestly, great point. There is too much Gilmore Girls going on, and I really want to do this podcast so I can get to the bottom of it because it is on in the background all the time. We're going to sleep, it's on. We're waking up, it's on. It's in the kitchen, it's in the bathroom, it's in the garage. It's in all the places. And so I know Alexa really loves this show, and I really love Alexa. So these things kind of go hand in hand. So that's kind of why we're starting this podcast.
Yeah. Well, I've watched Gilmore Girls since it started airing on Netflix when I was either in middle school or high school. I was watching TV with my cousin, and he's like, "Oh, I heard this is good. Let's watch this episode." So we watched the pilot together. I don't know if he ever finished it, but I've seen the series I don't know how many times. Like Rahul mentioned, I finished watching it, and then I restart it. And so that's kind of my relationship to Gilmore Girls. It is longer than our relationship to each other.
Yeah. You guys are very close, you and the Gilmore Girls. I think for myself, I always grew up watching, classic Disney Channel shows, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Nickelodeon shows. Got older, started watching some Doctor Who, Riverdale, great show, recommend it. I am not too picky with the shows I like or watch, but never really watched Gilmore Girls. I never knew it existed before I met you. When you mentioned it to me, I was like, the Golden Girls? What is this show? And so I never really truly watched it. Like we said, it's always in the background. So I've gotten some things here and there, what happens with certain characters, but I've never sat down and listened to the dialogue, really paid attention to all the things going on with it.
I think you know the plot pretty much because I talk about it too. Like I'm yelling at the TV even though I've seen it before. But
Yeah.
And then you're arguing against me even though you haven't sat down and watched it for real.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what we're doing now.
Yeah, but I love to argue, so I'll argue about anything, even if I have no idea. But maybe that's just because I'm a guy. But no, I'm really excited to do this. I know one time too, like even like Alexa mentioned, even though she's seen it so many times, she still has like this like almost like guttural reaction to watching the show. Like she still feels all the emotions. I remember one time we were around the dining table and Alexa was watching an episode. I was just kind of eating. But again, the scene was like really cringeworthy or something. Like it just made her like really nervous and all that stuff. So she actually like started standing on top of the seat just to get away from it. I would have closed the laptop down or just like, I don't know, not stand on the chair, but she stood on the chair and then there was a cup of water and it ended up spilling on the laptop. I think that laptop isn't around anymore. But that memory is, and that's just like another part of Gilmore Girls. It's just in your life.
That laptop broke, and then I remember it was when we were still in school. I was like trying how to use someone else's laptop. It was water damage. Hopefully we get the files because we have some pictures
some
and
pictures
stuff.
and stuff. But
Yeah.
Gilmore Girls has always been around, and I kind of want to really get that, really delve deep into it, and really understand why you like it so much, and why all of you like it so much. It's interesting that it has like a really big following still. I think once it got on Netflix, it grew even more, right?
Yeah, like even the subreddit. I don't post, but even the subreddit is like, why is there always a conversation every day about it? This show has been off the air.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I think it's really cool when shows like that can kind of live on and there's still conversation about it. And yeah, no, I think it's going to be really cool to kind of go through it and really focus on it and talk about it with you. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
And then maybe he'll like it a lot, and I'll start to buy him Gilmore Girl things because everything that we have is Gilmore Girls. Because I feel like that's a common thing. Like I don't know, you find out I like something and then you just buy me it.
Yeah, I like doing that. It's really easy. Well, once you know somebody, they like something. It's like, oh, they like My Little Pony. I'll get them a bunch of My Little Pony things. Watch our next podcast coming out. My Little Pony.
Friendship is magic.
Friendship, cutie marks. Anyways, sorry, I started thinking about furries, but I like getting things for Alexa that are based on things she likes. So even though I haven't really watched it a lot, we have a lot of Gilmore Girls. Do they say paraphernalia? Is that or is that a little dirty?
It's like drug related.
Well, she has a lot of Gilmore Girls paraphernalia.
A swag.
And swag.
We just basically the Warner Brothers has made a lot of money off of us.
And Etsy creators. Shout out to Etsy. Actually, not shout out unless they pay me for this,
But also, I'll tell you that later about what I read about Etsy.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, like we have these really cool coasters. Has a little dragonfly on it. I kind of like these just because they don't have like Gilmore Girls super branded. It's kind of more,
I don't like it either. Like I don't want to wear a shirt that says it. So, but if you like that, that's cool. But I mean,
I like that. If I get into the show like you are, I would totally want like a Team Gilmore Girls shirt or something.
Team Rory. But I don't know. I like that they're not too in your face.
Yeah. We also have a little trivia deck and episode guide.
And so we might be referring to the episode guide when we are talking about the episodes.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do. Right now. We're going to watch the pilot and discuss it. So
yeah, I think that's definitely our next step. And then just to let you guys know why we decided on the title for our podcast. Alexa actually came up with it. I have no idea what it's in reference to.
It's not really like... It sounds deep, but I feel like it was just like a throwaway line in passing. The main character, Lorelai, says it when she's talking to her daughter, and she just says relationships need verbs. And I don't know. I was like,
I agree.
Relationships do need verbs. And I think it was kind of funny. She just threw it away.
Yeah. And when you said it to me, I was like, that is kind of deep because relationships need action.
So our action is going to watch the show, and then we're going to talk about the show. So, and then when we're talking about the show, we're going to listen to each other.
Oh, snap.
All the verbs.
Crazy.
So, yeah, over and out.
Out and over. I'll catch you next time, Lorelai.
I don't know.
Don't know if I'll catch you next time?
I don't know about the Lorelai.
All right, I'll catch you next time, Gilmore Gal. I'll kill you next time.
I'll kill you?
Anyways.
You know, actually, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Adam Sandler.
Spaceman. Basketball. Shorts.
Space Jam.
Michael Jordan. Last Dance.
Last Dancing with the Stars.
Stars.
Hollow.
Boom.